Do you have the feeling like you're afraid to even notice that 3D is crickets, or there's no movement, or you still feel like this isn't working, blah, blah, blah? Are you sick and tired of overthinking your 3D? Are you sick and tired of being afraid of thinking particular thoughts? Afraid that they're going to keep your manifestation away because of everything you hear in this community? If you're sick of that shit and you want to feel better, keep watching this video. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you are all doing amazing. I hope you are all choosing to be your new self, the self that has your manifestation, or at minimum believes that manifestation is unfolding in your 3D. Yeah? Okay, good. We're going to do a smaller than usual intro because of time crunch, my own time crunch, coaching calls. So if you would like to connect with me or work with me in any way, shape, or form, all of that information is in the drop box below, as well as the information on my 2 channel memberships that are on YouTube. And that's your opportunity to hang out with me live twice a week. That is also in the drop box below. Okay. And if you're new here, how you doing? I'm Kimberly. I am obsessed with getting what I want and manifesting my damn dream life, and not accepting anything less. And if you're feeling the same damn way, I would love for you to subscribe and come back and see me, okay? I'm full of sass and sarcasm. And I try to make manifestation seem easy. Easy to understand and easy to do, even when it doesn't feel like it. Okay, so let's jump right in. Let's talk about a really good question that I received from one of my own channel members, and I'm gonna let's read that to you. Okay, so this question was in regards to my video that went up the other day discussing, what we're thinking about our 3D. So here's the actual comment. But like when you've felt that way for what seems like a while, a month or two, and we're all good and happy and so full of life, then we notice like, I've been feeling this. It seems like we're never supposed to even notice the crickets. But so I just keep pretending, and after a while of that, it feels so fake. And then I have the thought like, I'm just gonna have to get used to this shit, because what am I even doing pretending? I don't know. And if you need me to Kim down that comment, I'm gonna, because for some of you, I'm sure it needs to be Kim down. No offense to Miss Katie, that's not what I'm saying. But I believe what she's asking is, listen, but what if we have been choosing to be new self and allowing ourselves to believe that everything is in the unfolding, and, then I realize it's not here yet, or I've been doing this a while and it's not here yet. It's that fear of, oh my God, I'm noticing that it's crickets. I'm noticing that the manifestation isn't here yet. Oh my God, that's me not being new self. And listen, if that's the interpretation that came off my yesterday's video, if it was yesterday, the day before, I don't remember. I understand. So let me make it more clear. And for any of you who don't have a damn clue what we're talking about in regards to what video, I am hoping to make very clear about when we are noticing that our manifestation isn't here yet. Okay. First and foremost, let me explain to you that, and I've said this a million times for what it's worth in all of my videos, I'm pretty sure all of the videos, definitely live streams, channel memberships. You do not have to be perfect in order to manifest. You do not have to be perfect. You also do not have to justify why you want a manifestation or the reason behind wanting that manifestation. Meaning, whether it's an ego desire or not, it doesn't matter, okay? So in the previous video, I was referring to someone asking a similar question to, I think I've been in the state, I've been there, and nothing's happening. All I'm experiencing is crickets. Now that's me summarizing the question. And my response to that is, well, if you're noticing, then you're not in the state. But let's be real about this. We are human beings having a human experience. Yes? And how we change our consciousness, our current state of consciousness, is by putting our focus on a new state of consciousness. So you are changing from your current state of, I don't have my manifestation. It is not here. I have a desire to have my manifestation. We'll use specific person. I am in the awareness of being in the state of consciousness of not having my relationship with the specific person. That's who I believe I am or who I have been. Well, guess what? I have a desire that I want that specific person. Okay, says your I amness. Okay. Now you put your focus on the state of consciousness of you having your relationship with your specific person. Truthfully, you noticing that it isn't here yet, just that in itself isn't the problem, nor was it the message yesterday. When it becomes an issue is when we are consistently returning to the state of it's not here yet. It's not the random moments of, oh my God, I've been here a while, I don't see my manifestation. It's not that occasional moment that really is affecting anything. It's if we're there mostly. It's if we are dominantly returning to the state of, this isn't working. I don't see what I'm doing. I am afraid that I am thinking that I'm doing everything right and maybe I'm not, or I think I am giving my all to this and nothing's happening. I'm afraid I'm wasting my time. I'm afraid I'm going to be disappointed. I'm afraid that what if I am really doing, getting in the state of having my desire and nothing ever transpires out here. I'm noticing it's not here. It's when you're returning to that all the time, that's when it's the issue. It's never, ever a problem for you to realize in your 3D that in this current moment, you're not in the relationship per se. It's okay that you see and notice and know that. Yeah. When I wasn't officially in the 3D, locking lips and hands with my specific person, it was okay that I was in the awareness of knowing that. But what got me my manifestation, what landed me in the relationship with my specific person, was I kept returning to my decision to be my new self, which was the state of consciousness of me having my desire. And even if I could see physically in my 3D, I do not see that relationship. Specific person isn't here, begging to be with me, as he should always be. But I know it's the unfolding. I know I'm the right version of self. I know I'm in the right reality. I kept returning to that. Do you see what I'm saying? Hear me out here for a sec. It is said of Mary, whom you now know to be yourself. Okay, we're referring to the Bible right now. And right now, you and I are Mary. It is said of Mary, whom you now know to be yourself, that she know not a man, yet she conceived. That is you, John Smith, or you, whatever your name is, you, Kimberly. Have no reason to believe that that which you now desire is possible. You have no reason to believe that your specific person manifestation is possible. But having discovered your awareness of being to be God, you make this awareness your husband and conceive a man-child, which is your manifestation, okay? Of the Lord, for thy maker is thine husband. The Lord of hosts is his name. The Lord God of the whole earth shall he be called. Your ideal or ambition is this conception. Okay? The man-child, your manifestation, the conception of your manifestation. The first command to her, which is now to yourself, right? The first command that Mary got, we're going to use that first command to ourselves now, okay? Go tell no man. That is, do not discuss your ambitions or desires with another, for the other will only echo your present fears. Secrecy is the first law to be observed in realizing your desire, okay? Now, don't shit yourself. There is nothing wrong with talking to your coach about what you're manifesting, okay? Neville isn't being so literal that you need to be panicking that you've ever talked about your manifestation. That's not his message. His message is, bitch, if you fucking go and tell someone you're manifesting your boyfriend back or your girlfriend back, and that person says, what the fuck are you thinking? Are you crazy? That person ain't coming back to you. What are you doing? It's pretty much your friend is echoing your own damn fear of not being able to manifest, or your own fear of relationships don't work for you. A plethora of different beliefs. So you're better off keeping your manifestation to yourself unless you don't give a shit what gets mirrored back. That's all that means. Okay? So don't panic. But that's our first command, according to the Bible. The second, as we are told in the story of Mary, is to magnify the Lord. We have identified the Lord as your awareness of being, your consciousness. Therefore, to magnify the Lord is to revalue or expand one's present conception of one's self to the point where this revaluation becomes natural. That is, you returning to the new state of consciousness or the new state of being the you that absolutely knows, has, understands, believes, trusts that you're having your manifestation. That's what it means. And the more often you return to your decision, it feels fucking natural. Okay? When this naturalness is attained, you give birth by becoming that which you are one with in consciousness. Literally, what I just said to you. Okay? And the giving birth is you becoming new self. And therefore, guess what happens? The story of creation is given us in digest form in the first chapter of John. In the beginning was the Word. Now, this very second is the beginning spoken of. In the beginning, right now. That's what it means. You and I talking right now. It is the beginning of an urge, a desire. The Word, right? In the beginning. The Word, blah, blah, blah. There was a Word in the beginning. What did he say? In the beginning was the Word. The beginning is the right now. The Word is the desire swimming around in your consciousness, seeking embodiment, meaning the desire that keeps popping up in your mind that you want your specific person. You want a relationship with your specific person. You want to be married to your specific person. Okay? You want to be a multimillionaire. You want to be healthy. You want to change your appearance. Those desires are seeking the embodiment. They want to be manifested, right? You are in communication with God, universe, I amness, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, your subconscious. It wants to be here. You are speaking with your I amness when you are listening and experiencing and hearing and having intuition of you having a desire or you wanting the desire. The urge of itself has no reality. For I am, or the awareness of being, is the only reality. Up here, your I amness, your consciousness, your imagination is the one true reality. Out here is the after effect dead world of what has been going on in your damn mind, who you've been deciding to be. What's the story going on up here? What's the inner talk you have with your mind, right? What's the inner chatter? Life sucks. Life never goes your way. You're always broke. Things never work out for you. When something shitty happens, your response is, here we go again. Here we go again. I'm not surprised this worked out this way. I'm not surprised, if something's going to go fuckery, it's going to happen to, you, right? That's the inner chatter, the inner talk, the inner bitching, the inner arguing. That's you deciding to be that version of yourself. See what I'm saying? Things live only as long as I am aware of being them. So to realize one's desire, the second line of this first verse of John must be applied. That is, and the Word was with God. The word, or desire, must be fixed or united with consciousness to give it reality. In other words, you need to choose to be your new version of self, the version of you that has your damn manifestation. And you keep returning to your decision to be your new self. And you can return, you can choose this decision simply by affirming, simply by scripting, visualizing, inner conversating, embodying. That's how you're making your decision, what it is you're telling yourself. And how you communicate with self is up to you. Meaning, whatever techniques feel fucking good to you are the techniques you should be using. Not because such and such in a video said that that's the way they like to do it. Do it whatever feels good to you. Okay? The awareness becomes aware of being the thing desired, thereby nailing itself upon the form or conception and giving life unto its conception, or resurrecting that which was heretofore a dead or unfilled desire. Two shall agree as touching anything, and it shall be established on earth. This agreement is never made between two persons. So when you hear that Bible verse, two shall agree as touching anything, and it shall be established on earth. He's not talking about two people like I used to interpret back in the day. In my late teens, early 20s, when I was believing in the 3D way of religion, of Christianity, from the placement of, what the 3D interprets the Bible to be, as if God is a separate being. I used to ask, I shit you not, I used to send texts to my best friend. It's like, okay, we need to pray about this together because the Bible says if two of us pray for this, then we get it. So you got to pray with me. The two of us need to do this. I believed that because that's what I was taught. Where two shall agree. So I needed my bestie to be my other person. Guess what? I love my bestie, but I never needed her. And you don't need anybody else. What they're talking about is, I'm going to read that back in. This agreement is never made between two persons. It is between the awareness and the thing desired. You are now conscious of being, so you are actually saying to yourself, without using words, I am. Now, if it is a state of health that you are desirous of attaining, before you have any evidence of health in your world, you begin to feel yourself to be healthy. And the very second the feeling, I am healthy, is attained, the two have agreed. That is, I am and health have agreed to be one. And this agreement ever results in the birth of a child, which is the thing agreed upon. In this case, health. And because I made the agreement, I express the thing agreed. So you can see why Moses stated, I am hath sent me. For what being other than I am could send you into expression, right? How are we here without the I am? We're not. Everything is under the I am umbrella, okay? None for let me start that over. For what being other than I am could send you into expression? None. For I am the way, beside me there is no other, from the Bible. If you take the wings of the morning and fly into the uttermost parts of the world, or if you make your bed in hell, you will still be aware of being. You are ever sent into expression by your awareness, and your expression is ever that which you are aware of being. Again, Moses stated, I am that I am. Now, here is something to always bear in mind. You cannot put new wine in old bottles or new patches upon old garments. That is, you cannot take with you into the new consciousness any part of the old man, which is your old state. All of your present beliefs, fears, and limitations are weights that bind you to your present level of consciousness. If you would transcend this level, you must leave behind all that is now your present self or conception of yourself. To do this, you take your attention away from all that is now your problem or limitation and dwell upon just being. That is, you say silently but feeling to yourself, I am. I am. And it goes on, and I'm not going to read anymore. So let me kim all that down for you. How to manifest flawlessly, perfectly, quickly is for you to take your attention, your focus off of being the version of yourself that doesn't think you can have your manifestation. The version of you, let's say you're manifesting a specific person. Neville used the example of manifesting health, okay? If you are manifesting a relationship with a specific person, we're going to take the attention and the focus of you being the version of you that doesn't think that person has any interest in you. That's what we're changing. And any other limited belief you believe about that specific person, we got to let that go too. That's why I say in my videos, if you're hanging on to resentment, if you're hanging on to past hurts, we got to come to terms with them. And listen, you coming into forgiveness and coming to terms with past experiences, granted, I'm not talking, abuse. That we are not talking that here. But I'm saying basic boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend relationships, okay? When we hang on to them, you are taking that or attempting to take that to your new state of being, your new state of consciousness, the new you. That's not going to manifest you your desired relationship. We got to let go of limited beliefs and put the focus on being the you that has your exact desire, whatever that may be. My exact desire was a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship where I finally really experienced what it feels like to be chosen, wanted, appreciated, needed, desired, loved. Unshakable love, commitment, real loyalty. I wanted that experience with my person. That's what I manifested. So my state of consciousness became the new self. I am the version of self who is in. And I would go from there. I would list the details that mattered to me. And I didn't list those details every fucking day. Only when I felt like it. Because I could still think them. And they were there. Stop overthinking manifestation. You're making it harder on yourself than you need to be. Again, all you have to do is put your attention, your focus, your awareness on you being the you that has the manifestation. Logically and literally. You looking into the 3D and noticing hey, it's not here, or having doubtful thoughts that it's not manifested yet. That randomly happening once in a while is not a big deal at all. It's normal because you're human. You're going to have human thoughts and emotions and feelings. It's when you keep your attention, your focus on it's not working, it's not working, it's not here yet, I'm in the wrong reality. You probably don't think that thought, but I'm having scary thoughts. I just had a scary thought. Now it's going to manifest. No. Thoughts are thoughts. Where you dominantly are is what matters. What you really think and believe about you in regards to love, relationships, and that specific person. Those three things. That's the example of manifesting a specific person. Those things matter. And even a generalized belief of things don't work out for you. You're just not that lucky. Things fail for you. You're expecting life to suck for you. Those matter too. But the occasional noticing that it ain't here yet is not the problem. The problem is sitting in that. Regularly sitting in it's not working. They're not here yet. They're not choosing me. That is, hello. That's pretty cookie cutter of I don't think I have it. I don't think it's working. That's who I'm choosing to be. I am. But the random noticing, it's not about fearing that you notice today that your manifestation is here. That's being a little bit too literal and logical. This doesn't have to be difficult, and I say that from love because, God, this is who I am. I'm in the awareness of knowing it's like a fucking fashion statement right now to be a manifestation coach. And I know that. And because I believe that, I keep seeing that. So I get it. There is so much shit information out there, and I know it gets confusing. And I'm not sure where you are when you start watching my videos. I try to make this as simple as possible because it really is simple. Don't overthinking it. Don't overthink it. Honestly, don't overthinking. Why can I not talk? Don't overthink it. Don't make it so hard. It is normal to have occasional doubtful thoughts. I read you pieces from Neville Goddard to show you some of the things that I've learned on my journey from Neville, who was a very over-experienced manifester. But not every fucking thing, word for word, literal thing that Neville wrote has to be followed in order to manifest. And that's why I use the example of Neville was a visualizer. I don't have time to edit, so all these fuck-ups are staying in the video. Neville was a visualizer. I'm not. I don't enjoy visualizing. Okay? We're all thinking in pictures anyway, so you're visualizing whether you even mean to. But me trying to put my focus on that, no. It's not about you worrying about, you got to follow word for word everything everyone says. You're allowed to think for yourself too. Videos should be looked at as helpful advice, but not strict damn rules. Okay? You're still a human, and it's okay for you to actually still be a human while you're manifesting. That's not keeping the manifestation away from you. What's keeping it, or what is making you feel like it's kept away, is because you are looking at the 3D and identifying as it's not working, it's not here yet. I'm afraid they won't choose me. I'm afraid the money will never come. It's because you're identifying as that version of yourself more than you're identifying as the you that has the manifestation. You don't have to look out in the 3D and claim you have a relationship that you don't believe you have right now, but you're manifesting it. It's okay that you see that. You could accept your 3D, but you still can look at the 3D and see it as unfolding to that relationship. You can still do that. So therefore, you are still identifying as the you that has it. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. Don't be terrified of every single thought. Just dominantly return to the you that has it. That's it. It doesn't have to be hard. Take my advice on that. It doesn't have to be hard. You're overthinking it. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being strict. It's not about not having a bad day. It's okay. But you've got to be okay with it. You've got to decide that it's okay. I had to deliberately decide that because I used to be afraid of having a bad thought too. I used to be afraid of being in a bad mood, thinking it was going to ruin my manifestation. I had to decide that it's okay. Okay? You do too. But I'm telling you, when you're striving for perfection in manifestation, you're going to disappoint yourself. You're going to make it miserable, and it doesn't have to be. And if you don't like a particular technique, then don't fucking do that technique. Go with what feels good, always. Follow your joy. Follow what feels good. Don't do something that makes you feel stuck or overworked or overwhelmed. It shouldn't feel like that, okay? Now on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.